The magic of thinking big I learned. In early age of your life, don't focus on saving. Focus on making more ways of money. Make your life expensive. And that's what I did. Because if you're not in the gambling, in the drugs, in the bad habits, then where you are saving your lifestyle. Good clothes, good food, good transportation, you are saving. They don't do that. It doesn't work. And that's why I started spending what I started making. And that brought me to a Middle East. It took around 25 years and I landed in Dubai, and after a few years to San Francisco as an IT professional, and finally landed in Canada in March 21st, 1999. And I started my life here. After a few years got married, had first boy, and then mingling a lot of Indian families and friends. And whenever we used to go in the evening, the discussion always ended where the gas is 3 cents cheaper, where is the dollar store, where is the valuable thrifty store. Nothing wrong into it. But I did not come to this country to survive. And those days, I started following Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar. And I heard a quote from Jim Rohn: "You are the average of 5 friends you spend your most time with." But my average was very low. I said, how to increase the average? Basically, how to change the friend circle. So I stumbled upon this website called Canada411.com. Even today it exists. If you go, it says find person or a business. So I put typical North Indian last names and city I was looking friends, and I created 15 questions. What is age group, what profession you are in, and blah, blah, blah. So if you qualify those 15 questions, then only you can become my friend. And I reached out to 252 families, 36 I met one-on-one, 40 family I invited in my house. They became my friend. Now my friend quality is much better. And it was my 35th birthday. Some of my friends, they came to celebrate my birthday. But that night I couldn't sleep. I'm only 35. Soon I'll be 70, 80, 90, 100. If I'm lucky to be living that age, I'm dead and gone. Is that about life? Second morning I woke up and I asked my parents, they used to live here, and my wife and 2-year-old son, I want to go to Cuba for a week to find the purpose of my life. In few weeks I was in Cuba. Used to get up late in the morning after that last night hangover, go to ocean, take few dips, come back and lie down on those soft white towels, have a couple of beer, and then start writing. And I wrote 1,700 pages in 1 week. My vacation is over. Then I extended my vacation by another week and started reading whatever writing I did. To my surprise, I found out that I become the happiest when I'm helping people to tell them their true potential. I decided to become a billionaire in Cuba. Not the dollar-wise. To reach out to billion people before my last breath to help in some way. But before helping others, but I wanted to help full-time, not like a part-time or, just full-time, 24/7. But for that, I needed to help my family first. So I decided what they need. I made my life simple. 3 things. Pay off my house, put $100,000 when the children are born for their educational fund, and find somewhere $6,000 coming every month. And roughly I did the calculation, I needed $2.5 million to fulfill my dream, and I gave next 10 years that by 45th birthday I am going to retire. Came back to Toronto. Used to work in TD Bank as an IT professional, making 90,000 plus salary. What were the after taxes? That is my expenses. But I needed to save $250,000 a year. How is possible? After meeting, talking, this webinar, that seminar, webinar were not there, just like, going, like live those job shows and all. Somebody said, Rakesh, why not become a consultant? Forget about full-time job. I didn't know that. I became, thanks to Workopolis those days, I don't know if it exists even today, and I got a consulting job. I quit my full-time job, opened my corporation, and started doing consulting. Not much higher rate, $100, $110 an hour, so easy those days, even now if you are in a good IT profession. I said, that's good, but still after taxes and all, it was not enough to save $250,000. So one day, while sitting and checking my invoice, I said, how much this headhunter might be making on me? as his cut or commission. So I found out around 4,000 to 5,000 they were making every month on me. Then I said, can I do that? So it took around 2 to 3 years. I was able to place enough people. I took my corporation into the vendor of record, and now much more money and all this extra money I put into the real estate, and you all know that real estate is really did well in the last 15 years. So everything was moving as per plan. Now here, one night, I found myself in that hospital room holding my 3 hours old born, my baby boy. And I'm trying to play with him. But somehow, I'm not feeling very happy. Meantime, doctors, they took my wife away to reoperate on her because some complications developed due to C-section delivery. Then I heard this weird sound outside in the gallery. I asked the nurse what it is. She said it's code blue. How many of you know what code blue is? Okay, so like I didn't know that time, but I know what is code blue. So after an hour or so, two doctors, they entered the room with a long and sad face, and they said, Mr. Mishra, sorry we couldn't save her, she's no more. I lost the strength in my feet, I sat down. Nurse took the baby away, and doctor said it will take an hour or so before we do some cleanup, and we'll take you to the dead body. And soon, I was there with my dead wife. I kissed her forehead. Doctor asked me if I want to call someone. I said, doctor, can you give me a few minutes? I want to be alone with her. They left the room. Immediately, I decided to commit suicide. I said, I'll jump outside of the window and finish myself. So I just moved towards the window. I realized the window was sealed in such a way I was not able to open. I said, no problem. They had kept a stool for me. I will break the glass. I took out the stool, moved to the window. I said, just make sure that everything clear. When I looked outside the window, it was so low, I may not die. I said, okay, I'll go to the rooftop and jump from there. So I went to the rooftop and about to jump, but I said, can I go and just go and hug my little one once? And I came down, and while going to this corridor, I realized there is a 3 to 4 year old boy trying to play with the elderly man, probably his dad. And I stopped myself. I said, my boys, they lost their mom. Though my wife tried to save herself till the last breath, but she has no choice. But I have a choice. Either I finish myself and make my babies orphan, or live for them. I choose the latter, went to the room and hold my baby and cried. So, formalities got over. I started raising my babies. One 3.5-year-old and one 3 hours old. Time passed by. My elder one became 7-year-old, and it was Mother's Day. He comes home with a Mother's Day card which says, Papa, we love you. Can you bring us a mother? I talked to him. I said, can you give me 1 year? So in next around 9 to 10 months, I got remarried, and before basically to next Mother's Day, my babies, they had a mother. So now I started raising them, and everything started moving smoothly with new wife, and I had no third son with my second wife. And I started planning, I will never go and work for anybody. Let's see, use this social media and internet and find next 10-year target. So I got my next 10-year target. Let 1,000 people pay me $1,000 a month. That is $1 million a month. I don't care if they pay, but I am preparing myself up to that level, and it's all possible today, ladies and gentlemen. 7.5 billion people around the world, 5 billion people, they are connected with the social media and internet. Find the problem, genuinely try to serve them, and is anything is possible. So with all this chaoticness in my life, the only one lesson which I learned I want to share, that no matter how bad an adverse situation is, as long as you are breathing, it's not done yet. And once you stop breathing, who cares, ladies and gentlemen? May I request each of you, stretch, stretch and stretch beyond your comfort zone to find and live purpose of your life before this lovely and beautiful life comes to an end. Thank you.